It's madness to drive across an empty country looking for heaven knows what. Watch out!
Are you in any pain?
Not until you came along.
What got you into this project? What was the thing that made you say, I have to do this?
Well, I was approached about 3 or 4 years ago by the producers, and their pitch got me in. Their pitch was simply English woman coming from England to Australia to search for her husband who's died in Australia when she thought he was in Spain. And so she's traveling for answers.
My husband, he died. I need to find out what he was hiding.
I think I'll tag along and just make sure you don't get into any more scrapes.
And a cop who's leaving the police force because he's had a bad time and he doesn't do good with relationships, is running away. And the two of these characters crash and have to share a van. That was what got me in. I went, those two characters would never come across each other for any reason. And now they're forced to be together. And I went, that's a very good premise.
This show is about these two characters that come from different places, from different backgrounds, and they're forced to travel together. And I would like to know, how was it to build this dynamic with Greta, because the soul of the show is, of course, Darby and Joan and their relationship.
Well, I've known Greta for a long time, for 35 years. On and off at different, so she was a friend of my wife's way back when they modeled together. So, and I've known her through the years. But it wasn't until about 3 or 4 years ago that we worked together on a film where we played husband and wife, a film called Palm Beach. And I thoroughly enjoyed working with her. I enjoyed working with Greta a great deal. She's a fabulous actress and very warm on screen. And so when we were doing this, I said, well, you know, any chance of us getting Greta to be the other girl? Because I'd love that. And luckily she said, yeah.
Well, another thing, of course, I enjoy about the show, and it is very important for the story, is this kind of nomad lifestyle. We have a very recent movie as Nomaland that has won many prizes, and now we're seeing this, and we see a lot of people approaching to this lifestyle. What do you think that makes it so attractive to people all around the world, just to get in a car and travel?
I think very much we're talking about a certain age group of over 55, maybe something like that. It's very big in Australia. They're the age group of people who have, their children have grown up. They may have had their own small businesses, and it's time to do some of the they've worked hard, and it's time to try and enjoy life in a way. It's cheaper than flying off to somewhere and paying for hotels, and it's more adventurous.
It is amazing to see a country as Australia from a different point of view. I think many of us just think of Australia as beach and that's it. And we get to see a lot more. How is it for you to be able to show to the rest of the world the beauty that you have to offer?
Yes, I think it is very beautiful to look at, and right from the outset. So where we shot this was in Queensland, in an area that's called the Gold Coast, which is like Florida. And everyone thinks that's all it is beaches and high rise. But 20 minutes behind it are these wonderful rainforest areas, mountainous areas with little villages, tropical. And so we have the opportunity to show all that in this show, as well as the very beautiful beaches.
I would like to know, if you could do a road trip anywhere in the world, what place would you choose?
I did a road trip through Scandinavia with my wife a few years ago, and my wife and I go to different countries to ride horses.
Yeah.
We've been to Bulgaria, and we've been to Canada, and we've been to outside of Madrid, and we're now going to New Zealand at Christmas. So that's sort of a road trip on a horse. But I think that I would like, if I had the chance, off the top of my head, probably somewhere as mad as India. You know, can you imagine going through India on a road trip? I've been to India a couple of times, and it's a madhouse, people everywhere. and the smells and the sounds, you know. So I think you could probably get into a lot of trouble there. So let's make it India.
Okay, that's a great choice, and actually you surprised me. But well, you're welcome here in Argentina to do one road trip too.
I love the idea of Argentina.
Whenever
My wife's been there doing a horse ride. My wife rode down in Argentina.
Oh yeah.
She had a wonderful ride is it the Pampas or where?
Yeah.
Yeah, she went
Yeah.
down the road with her girlfriend for about 10 days. The best ride she's ever had, she said.
Look what I got you. A Lamington.
What?
You'll love it. It's a little cake. Very Australian.